This is from Julian Farhar. The Bitcoin ETFs bought 3,500 Bitcoin yesterday. That's 8 times all the Bitcoin mined. There's not enough Bitcoin to sustain 70K. Strap in, the God candle is coming. So that's only the ETFs who are buying that. 8 times the supply yesterday. So think about that. 8 times supply demand. Have you ever seen an asset like that before in history? 8 times, and that's only from the ETFs. And so we got the London Stock Exchange introducing their ETF. That's going to increase. We got the Hong Kong ETF that was approved a couple of weeks ago. That's going to push that up. We have Block, who's putting 10% of their gross profits every month into Bitcoin. We have MicroStrategy, who's buying as much Bitcoin as they possibly can get away with buying. We have Tether also doing the same, mining Bitcoin. We're going to run out. We're going to run out of Bitcoin. And when that happens, things are going to get absolutely batshit crazy. And I don't think we're too far away from that. What else we got here? I'm trying to buzz through these because I got some stuff to talk about. Here's another one. Pine Ridge Advisors has 150 million in Bitcoin through Fidelity, Bitwise, and BlackRock, making up 4.4% of their 3.5 billion assets under management. Thomas says, I expect similar allocations from hundreds of firms, and there's your bull market, 500,000 Bitcoin, just like that. So Pine Ridge Advisors, 150 mil in ETFs, making up 4.4% of their assets under management. 4.4%. So when people were kind of making projections in terms of how much these companies are going to be buying, people thought 1%, 2%. Pine Ridge Advisors has already, within the first couple months, have an allocation of 4.4% of their fund to Bitcoin. And keep in mind, as I say all of this, as we go through these news articles, this is like a dozen companies out of millions of companies out there. Millions. And we're in the first couple months. And you have to keep in mind the other part here is that there's only so much Bitcoin. If this was any other asset, if it was gold, if it was another stock, if it was bonds, if any other asset like this was going up and had this much demand as Bitcoin does, we could just print more of it. We could just create more of it. We could go to the mountains and mine more of it. But you can't do that with Bitcoin. There's only so much Bitcoin that's available. And as these companies and these funds continue buying at this rate, the supply is going to dry up. And this doesn't even include the retail market. Once we hit $100,000, everybody and their dog are going to be buying Bitcoin. I don't know what else to say. Here's another one. Another one, as DJ Khaled would say. Forget 2 to 3% allocation. Horizon Kinetic Asset Management has 913 million of Bitcoin invested in BlackRock and Grayscale, making up 14% of their 6.5 billion assets under management. 14%. So you have to ask yourself why. I mean, it's cool to see all these different numbers, the percentages, the assets under management, how much Bitcoin they have. But you have to think about why. Why would these companies be putting 14% of their assets under management into Bitcoin? It's a big deal. There's